seen the news today that one of my most favourite players, who I'm gutted about, who's going to be leaving Arsenal and going to Fulham, Emile Smith Rowe. Now he burst onto the scene a few years ago, and I thought, we've got a gem here. We've got a real gem in Emile Smith Rowe, alongside Bukayo Saka. The famous song, The Status Quo. They use the Status Quo music. Saka and Emile Smith Rowe. I thought it was amazing. It sparked a Dan trodden Arsenal fan base into life, and he brought so many happy times. And I actually believed that Emile Smith Rowe was a better player at the time. I liked him better than Bukayo Saka. I thought he had a brighter future. I really did, and I thought he could be. I thought he could be actually Paul Gascoigne. That's how much I rated him. And now the news is filtering through that the deal is basically done. He's going to be moving to Fulham for £35 million. I done a video yesterday that about players that are leaving Arsenal, 5 players that have been linked with moves away, and Emile Smith Rowe was the only one that I really and truly wasn't happy about leaving. And yeah, it saddens me. I know you shouldn't get emotionally attached to players, because ultimately we love the club, we love Arsenal, but this one is a bit of a bitter pill to swallow for me, because I remember the days Serge Gnabry, another player, the brilliant youngster, and we let him go for basically peanuts, and then he went and smashed it in Germany, and now he's one of the highest rated players in the world. But this one is a bit difficult to swallow. I was going to do a little video on it, but I thought I'd try and get some live views on what people out there think about this transfer. Are you happy to see him leave? Not for the fact that you didn't want him at the club, but for his career. For his career, because you've got to give it to him. You can't deny him his career. So he can progress and get playing time, because he's not getting playing time where at Arsenal at the moment. For whatever reason, Arteta don't seem to fancy him, and I can't see it. What football? Hi, Eden Teasdale. What football team you go for? Well, I'm an Arsenal fan, and I'm just talking about Emile Smith Rowe. I'm devastated that he's leaving. He's going to Fulham. 35 million. The video I said yesterday that there was a 35 million offer rejected by Arsenal, but it wasn't. It was a 30 million. I got that wrong. But this 35 million seems to be enough to tempt Arsenal into selling him. I'm gutted. You're a Real Madrid supporter, yeah? Oh yeah. Great side, Real Madrid, Champions League winners. Brilliant team. Good luck to you. But hopefully we'll be playing you in the Champions League at some point next season. But anyway, I'm just doing this quick little live because I just wanted to get some live opinions, and hopefully a few people are watching and tell me what they think about Emile Smith Rowe's move away. I'm not the slightest bit worried about losing Eddie Nketiah to Marseille, or Reece Nelson to Leicester or West Ham, apparently. Thomas Partey, another one that might be leaving. Aaron Ramsdale. I don't want Aaron Ramsdale to leave either. But this video is about Emile Smith Rowe, and I'm a little bit gutted for him, because I know he supports Arsenal. I know he's come through the academy. He loves the club. He plays with his heart on the sleeve. He got that injury-plagued season about a year ago, but last season people think he was injured for last season, but for the majority of last season he wasn't really injured. He was on the bench. He couldn't get his place back in the team. Up the Geordies, yeah. Got a Newcastle fan. You Newcastle. Anyway, what do you think about Emile Smith Rowe leaving Arsenal? Do you think he's done the right thing? I think for his career he's done the right thing, but it's a horrible feeling inside when you really fancy this player's gonna go to extraordinary lengths and wonderful horseshoe Newcastle, yes. Good side. Eddie Howe might be going to England. What do you think about that? Would you be happy to see Eddie Howe leave and become the next England manager, or do you want to keep hold of him? I'd want to keep hold of him if I was you, if that's the truth. Yeah, so Emile Smith Rowe. Any Arsenal fans out there watching? What do you think about? I'm gutted about it. I am gutted. I thought he was a better player than Saka when they both burst through. Obviously, Saka's gone on to higher lengths, and Emile Smith Rowe injury set him back, and he just could not get back into that team. But he's better. It would be horrendous for us, but great for England. Yeah, that's true. I think it would be. It would be a sad day up there for the Geordies, but for England, would he be another yes man though? This is what I'm worried about. Is he got enough backbone to stand up to the FA? And Gareth Southgate was always like a yes man in my opinion. Done exactly what the FA wanted him to do, squeaky clean him. He's no bollocks if you ask me, no backbone, and I think Southgate stayed on too long. I think he stayed on too long. I think after the last tournament, he should have left England there. In when we got, was it the semi-finals of the World Cup in Qatar? I think it was last Christmas time, wasn't it? But anyway, as I said, I'm a little bit upset about this one, and I can't see it. This is now actually made me lean more towards Arteta's failure with his man management skills is leaning me more towards wanting him to leave the club. Seriously, because I flip flops throughout his whole tenure. The last 2 years, I thought, yeah, Mikel Arteta got us runners up the season before last and last season. A lot closer last season. We was progressing. Things were looking good. But things like this is a real hard pill for me to swallow. That he's let a player of that talent. Apparently he wanted him to stay, but he's not tried hard enough to convince him to stay, obviously. He tried harder to convince Granit Xhaka to stay. Even though Granit Xhaka threw down the armband and flipped off all the fans and cupped his ear as he walked off the pitch when he was subbed. Do you remember that, anyone out there? But he was half begging Granit Xhaka to stay, which he did, and he eventually had last season, the season before last, had his greatest season at Arsenal, and then went on to win the league in Germany last year. But that's when you try hard to keep a player. He hasn't tried hard enough to keep Emile Smith Rowe. Like, say, look, just train hard enough, get yourself back into the team because he's got a fantastic potential. And I'm worried about him leaving, and he'll elevate Fulham to another level. He is the nearly man, I'm afraid. Yeah, you're talking about Arteta. Yeah, he is the nearly man. And I'm starting to lean towards wanting him out now. Because I don't like the way he's dealing with the players, especially the youngsters. Look at Charlie Bettino. Look at the potential he's had. Apparently he had. He was out on loan. Looking to offload him as well. All our academy players. I think it might have something to do with the FFP. When you sell an academy player who you haven't paid any money for, it looks good on the balance sheet, doesn't it? So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that he's sacrificing Emile Smith Rowe to coincide with the financial fair play or the profit and sustainability rules that are now enforced. Because Everton and was it Forest as well last season fell to them rules, and got point deductions and fines or whatever they got. So maybe that's got a certain, it might be one of the reasons why he's decided to, all right, we'll sell him. But for me, it's a terrible decision. And now they're apparently looking to bring in this Mikel Merino, the Spanish central midfielder, can play the 6 or the 8 to replace Emile Smith Rowe. But I don't know. He's not. Emile Smith Rowe's Arsenal, man, and the whole of the fan base love him. Every Arsenal fan I've ever spoke to think the world of him, and they're all gutted. I've been on the phone this morning, all morning, to Arsenal mates of mine that are Arsenal fans, and they're like, they've seen the reports, they've seen the other videos, and they're all saying, "Oh, for fuck's sake, we wanted to keep him." Do you know what I mean? One of our bright sparks, one of the bright lights in the Arsenal squad is now, and he's keeping Fabio Vieira for whatever reason. Fabio Vieira can't lace Emile Smith Rowe's boots. He can't lace them, so I don't understand why he's keeping him. It's a madness to me. It makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense at all. Well, anyway, I'm going to sign off now. I've had my little rant, and hopefully I'll see any of you soon on the live streams. Don't forget, stick a like on the video. If you like this kind of content, stick a like on it for me. I'll see you all soon.